After walking halfway through an orchard of unhappy-looking trees, I find an apple with a bite taken out, yet never plucked. It has grown higher than the average man, but I don't know who was here before I decided I was hungry and thirsty. Wind and leaves and the people that followed made the large prince blend along with her tiny feet, laughing, running away from me. The giggle between her toes gives away her position behind a tree next to a wide shack. This tree blocking her has no life growing from it except one rotten fruit that falls into her hand the second I jump around to scare her youthful innocence with a wooden sword I found under the bitten apple. The shriek upset the worker enough to leave the shack, only to cut his anger off when he saw a father and child having fun in harvested wood. He is an unaveragely tall man, with heightened boots to help him intimidate us. For her sake, I hide my fear to calm both of us. Familiar with our opposing reactions, he apologizes in a deep voice. I feel up my spine, vibrating every vertebrae until a melodic "How are you?" finds its way to form as she drops the dying fruit. It rolls to my foot, making me cover a jump, tightening myself more so. He lowers his head, replies as he shakes my hand, takes a knee and lightly pats her head, with a smile better than mine. That giggle leaves her toes and escapes out of her mouth, calming all of us down. He stands back up, slouching his shoulders as he fights apologizing again, letting us into his workshop. He pours 3 glasses of cider, a different kind for her, that he made himself for us to share around a fireplace as cozy as your house. She walks around soaking everything in as he and I laugh with our feet tapping along to the music. "What's this?" she screams down the hall and around the corner. I quickly pace while he walks slowly as to not be rude and pass me in this hallway just wider than himself. We find her in the bathroom, baffled at a tub with no shower head. I laugh harder than him when he explains he likes to relax whenever he can. They look at me confused until she starts playing with the curtain, covering and uncovering the tree I scared her less than he did, mesmerized by flowers dancing with butterflies, flowing in cloth that matched the light brown wood wall. Matching her sense of amazement in something simple, he runs away after we hear a moan from farther down the hall. I convince her to walk back to the fireplace so neither of us have to endure whatever caused the painful screams from behind the locked wood frame. "What's that?" she repeats, trying out her heels as brakes. "We'll find out after, sweetie," with a loss of any other excuse. I'm just glad I found a way to not ignore her question this time. She empties her glass and places it in the sink because we taught her well. Mine is shaking his impatience for his return back to a soothing host. Cider spills in my beard, dropping off like icicles when the weather gets warmer. It is much too early in the season for real ones to shimmer and shatter by my feet, but I still have a shiver as threatening as winds across the frozen lake near our old home. Her smile warms stronger than the sun beating down on a lonely bug, trapped in desert land, yearning to quench its thirst in the mirage of a puddle just a few steps ahead for the past few hundred steps. When she catches her reflection in the glass of a grandfather clock, it seemed as if that smile warmed her more like that afternoon we settled on the open patch in the middle of leaf-layered canopies, overlapped with a quality handmade quilt you forced on us. The picnic was peaceful as her face between those ticking hands. He returns, moving slower than before, face half buried in his strong hand, wiping a tear with the other. Emptied eyes lock my confused ones to show defeat being accepted. He kneels down again, pats her head, Never forget who takes care of you. As he rests his hand on her shoulder, looking back up to me. I politely smile, put my glass down, and show ourselves out. On the way out, I peek down the hall to see an open door with an elderly, motionless woman and start to cry with him, just for a moment, to not concern her. His last bit of wisdom is no longer mystical. I have to keep taking care of her. The last half of our walk is much quieter. As I finish the apple he took a bite out of.